Hello, and welcome back to my channel. I'm working on the next video for Iron Vessel, which I think you will like. But I got something a little different today, in line with the spooky season. I was approached by Emmy, also known as Expelled Mystery. Check her channel out in the description, by the way. About doing a Spoopy Halloween collab, and inviting Simon from Monster Garden into the mix as well. So we sat down to it, and after some confusion, mostly on my part, we decided to use a randomizer to pick from a list of words we all contributed to, and each make a piece of concept art which included them. And so, things unfolded more or less like this. By the way, apologies for the audio quality. It seems my Discord settings were messed up somewhat. Anyway, hope you like it!
Here we are. I have put all of your words into a randomizer, so I guess we're just gonna go ahead and randomize, and the top 5 words on top are gonna be the ones we have to deal with. Ornate, rooted, haunted, grow, ancient.
It's a tree.
I guess that's gonna be the words we use. Ornate, rooted, haunted, grow, and ancient. And we'll see what we do with that.
So, just like Emmy said, this immediately made me think of some creepy tree thing. I fought the idea for a bit, thinking it was too obvious, but in the end I said, F it, it's on brand for me. If anyone's allowed to make a tree for this, it's moi. So I sat down to it, as you can see, and came up with a bit of a lore backstory. On a rainy summer night, half a millennia ago, in Tenochtitlan, the Aztec Empire's capital, Cortés and his Spanish conquistadores and native allies were set to leave the city in secret. The relationship with the Aztecs had soured, and the Spanish were besieged, so they clad themselves in steel and carried all the gold they could bear from the treasure of Moctezuma, muffled the horses' hooves by wrapping them in cloth, and tried to live in cover of darkness and heavy rainfall. But they were caught, and thousands of Aztec warriors fell upon them, from the temples, houses, and even from the lake itself, tinting the causeway in blood, and many Spaniards, unwounded, fell to their deaths in Lake Texcoco, drowned by the weight of their armor and their pilfered gold. In the real history, Cortés made it out alive, but many hundreds of Spaniards and thousands of their Tlaxcalan allies were killed or captured to be sacrificed later, and legend says Cortés cried at the foot of an ahuehuete tree, in what is now a major road in Mexico City. However, in this alternate history of mine, I thought, what if Cortés had been mortally wounded, and in his last moments, and beyond death, rooted to the tree, he dreams, and the lament for his lost men and riches summoned the spirits of the soldiers, who heeded the call of their lord and captain one last time. The ancient tree took pity on them, and allowed them to grow through itself, carrying the burden they lost their heads over, in the form of ornate skulls of solid gold, a gold that bleeds. Now this haunted tree bears a golden fruit, one which will make you rich, should you take it, but curse your fate, just like it had sealed the Spaniards. So, that's my take. Now I will show you what Emmy and Simon made, and their own backstories and explanations during our call. Although I recommend checking their own channels and videos for a more in-depth lore.
Oh boy. Well, I guess I'm going first then. So, the idea that I had was the grow and rooted thing obviously pulled me in the direction of trees and nature and stuff like that. And haunted made me think that the tree, like the thing that is the tree, is somehow haunted. I wrote a little bit of a story about it. A sudden forest fire took the lives of many, including a platoon of soldiers that were heading through at the time. It ravaged the forest, their souls still lingering, simmering and festering, their unrest turned to hate, all accumulating into a single spot, and from that spot, within the now regrowing forest sprouts a coal-black tree. With the faces of the victims swirling within its bark, the roots of this tree reach out to claw and claiming any lives that passes. Perhaps the souls within it yearn for another chance, or just to spread the same hate and anguish they are subject to. A mass of swirling heads sits atop contorted remains of creatures fused together and puppeted by the souls within the roots. There you go. The rooted word comes through obviously the umbilical cord, and I was also thinking them sort of rooting things together. Growing is, well, it's a tree. The ornate obviously is the armor of the soldiers and stuff like that make up parts of it. You could say that the armor is ancient. I could have definitely put a lot more rust on it. And another thing I was thinking for ancient would be that the thing would be made up of, well, decades old things. So there would be things that are newer, like the moose, but then there will also be like bones and other stuff that has been around way longer that is on its body as well. But here the abomination is.
Oh, damn. Very good.
Can I hug it?
I don't think that's a good idea.
You could try if you want to.
Yes.
You could, but once. Only once.
Once.
Yeah, that's good enough for me. Thank you.
But yeah, so that's it for me. Next is Emmy. It's your turn.
Oh, hi. Where to start? Well, obviously from same reasons. Grow, ancient, and haunted. I was thinking of trees, but I didn't want to draw a tree. So next thing that came to my mind, lesson. So I took idea from, old tribes were preserving memories of their chiefs in the skulls of animals. The point is, you have chief of the village, and he basically, when he dies, put his soul into a skull. And that's like every generation. Until somebody doesn't do that, and then this creature will came and take the skull and basically just hunt, make those ancestor chiefs hunt villagers, let's say. And then at the end of drawing my thingy, I came with a legend where young witch cursed her own son because his father was chief of that village. So the son was supposed to be next. The people didn't like him because his mother was witch. So that witch cursed her son to hunt basically anybody that doesn't respect that, let's say, tradition where firstborn is next chief of the village. So ornate, well, those skulls would be decorated and they would give sacrifices and gifts to the monster, so they'll make him pretty, I guess. Rooted, I wasn't sure. I came with tradition from both rooted and the ancient, so I guess it kind of makes sense. So it's rooted
in
tradition way. Hunted was those spirits of chiefs that would hunt the villagers. Grow, basically that creature would grow in power when it's respected. The more villagers pay respect to him, he would be stronger. And the ancient, well, it's just very, very old creature. So I'll send my thing.
Oh, whoops! Darn.
That's a lot of skulls.
Nice. Oh, that's
Skulls,
so cool.
Animals.
Very cool.
It's giving me a little bit of troll vibes, which I like. But it's a beak.
I literally didn't know what was I drawing, so that's why he has basically two different arms. But let's say that's on purpose. Yeah, that's my weird thing. Oh, I call it carrier of the lost memories, or just the carrier. He's carrying your souls in the sky. But you can hug him.
I didn't know we were ranking creatures on huggability as well.
Oh my man, I lost
Either,
that one.
but you know,
I lost as
sometimes.
well. And that the hairs on the back seem matted, but could be fluffy.
It works. Awesome.
Well, it's your turn.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah.
So and
Oh my god.
there you go. So many skulls. I don't know why I do this to myself, man.
That's awesome.
I love it.
Thank you. The tree is kinda in a monkey paw sort of way, returning this man to protest. It's already, dead.
Yeah, you'll one day lose your head somehow and then join the tree.
Yeah.
And become gold.
Probably. Yeah. Some industrial accident or something. So yeah, it's ornate because it has these very festive skulls, you know, very in season. It's rooted because the tree. It's haunted because yeah, you know, and it's growing these more corpses and more skulls, and it's ancient because it's ancient Mexican history in a way, you know, like a reinterpretation of that. That's my homework.
This image definitely makes me feel the Christmas spirit.
Yes.
I want a tree like that for Christmas this year.
Yeah. Seeing both of your drawings, can I redo mine? Is there a chance?
No,
Yours is
I'll
perfect,
take
man.
it.
What are you talking about? Come on, it's really cool. They're all very different and very cool, and I really like how. Yeah, I was scared that we would all end with like some tree with random body parts coming out and stuff, and I'm glad I'm the only one who did the basic, you know, simplest interpretation of it. But yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't call that the simplest interpretation of it, all right?
No.
The simplest would be just drawing a tree with a spooky face on it and saying the tree is old, but this is definitely far from that.
It kind of started like that, though.
But yeah, so the idea of the lineup, it doesn't make sense at all. A giant tree monster, another ancient, like rooted in history, spirit taker, and then a tree that is literally can only be in one location, which means the other two creatures came to your tree.
I mean, actually, at one point it was kind of crawling on its roots.
Oh, fair enough. Perhaps we can move it.
At one point that got revised. You can replant it, you know? You can replant it.
We can replant it. I thought it just like shift along the ground and with that concrete moving noise, the it just
let's just take the tree and push it somewhere else.
just push it together with the other two drawings.
And make part 1.
This is part 1. You know what? I think this was very
yeah.
fun. I'd be very much up to doing it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really fun.
We could
Sorry?
we could get more artists in this.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, we could make this semi-regularly, you know? I don't know, based
Like
on-
whole
Yeah.
class presentation.
Yeah, can be. No, but yeah, it could be interesting and collab with more people. There's a lot of world building guys out there right now. A lot of just art, you know, channels. Definitely would be interesting to get even more perspectives.
Yeah. More
But yeah,
perspectives.
it was really a cool idea, Emmy. So thank you. Thank you for inviting
Thank
me.
you.
Yeah, thank you
Part
for
of this
inviting me
was
as well.
Pretty cool. I enjoyed it. Even though I also hated myself for deciding to draw so many skulls and hands. But well, that's really, really awesome. Thank you guys. Oh, did I drop?
No.
So, there you go. It was definitely a very interesting and wonderful experience to collaborate with fellow artists and storytellers such as Emmy and Simon, and see their amazing and varied interpretations on the same 5 words. I seriously encourage you to check their channels out, links for which will be in the description. And, like I mentioned at the start, I'm working hard on the next video for Iron Vessel, so stay tuned! Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this collaboration. Go show the guys some love in their own channels, and I wish you a very spooky and awesome Halloween. Or should I say... Dia de Muertos. Cheers!